individuals that are already infected do need some services and programs that allow them to get past the initial trauma from becoming HIV, looking at it from a primary health model, and then moving into education and employment opportunities.
And then, you know, another amazing thing too is, like, I remember when I was in Vancouver and they announced the Olympics, and they wanted the Olympics, and I thought, oh man, I'm never going to see the Olympics. But guess what? I'm going to be working there. I got a job to work there on the Olympics. So.
Stories share the truth of experiences, history, and memories, both good and bad. Stories come from the heart, and they allow us to keep the fire burning.
And so what I found was quite interesting is that, and I guess my trajectory of my experience is that I saw that it's really important. We need to have, when APHA comes into your community or into your organization, you need to get them past that trauma. You need to get them into a mindset, an emotional wellness, or into an emotional state where they can start beginning to see that there's hope and they can move forward.
I just doing life. I don't worry about things.
You need to get them, get APHAs moving forward instead of having them sitting in organizations and just sitting there doing whatever. We need to have a purpose.
Nobody wants to go to these things and listen to them no more, eh? Because, like, that's what I noticed. Like, oh, another HIV thing, 101, or, you know.
Voices from the Fire, Vision and Truth recognizes that storytelling is part of the distinctive spirit and culture of Aboriginal people. Through collecting stories, we seek to enable the Aboriginal communities in Central Alberta to express in a culturally appropriate and relevant way the impact of HIV and AIDS in their communities.
And so AIDS service organizations need to start looking at ways that they can help the individual with HIV move along the path, keep them moving forward, and not enabling them or re-traumatizing them because of some of the institutional or political stuff that's going on in AIDS service organizations.
Another thing is too is this province with province and all that. They're all fighting for funding and that, eh? And the federal government's not really doing much. And it's just like we should all be working together. Just like Aboriginals should be working together, eh? Like we should all be working as one people.
How important it is for us to have those voices and to share them in a way around that fire, and that common fire and that common passion is around HIV and AIDS, and doing work around that and supporting each other in that movement.
I'd rather see an APHA come through my door, get them to understand what HIV AIDS, get them on their medications, point them in whatever direction, and hopefully they'll just keep going forward.
I don't feel half a century. I still feel like I'm 28, 29, you know, 30. I walk miles and miles a day. I just like to walk.
Barriers to appropriate healthcare services and stories of survival, success, and the wise practices already in place.
And that they won't come back to your doors. That they will start arming themselves with whatever they need so they can move forward.
Giving people the opportunity to voice their stories allows for the creation of new perspectives, visions and truth, shared history, connection with others, and new learning experiences. It can be used as a way to find common threads, to define and shape social movements, and to make the private political. And
I believe that emotional wellness is a very key part of an element of programming that should be part of AIDS service organizations.
Something positive that's come from this project that's been for me has, you know, I've learned a lot already about my own Aboriginal background, and I don't think I would have had that in the last 9 months if I were just, you know, doing my own thing as a student and working. So that's been a positive change in my life.
Well, some other people I know, they don't have no friends or nothing like that, or family members be beside them. And that's what us PHAs want, is the family to be there the most.
You honor the culture, you honor the spirits, and you honor the physical and mental, emotional, and spiritual, but you also have to help out with the emotional part. Harm reduction is not an answer to emotional wellness.
The way people look at HIV now, like, people don't really care about it no more, it seems like. They don't talk about it no more. They think there's they think it's not there no more. And we're still getting big infections, especially in the Aboriginal community.
Some of the ones that couldn't be here today were some of the members from Alberta Health Services, but they're really important in our group because it's important for them to be informed about what HIV is in our communities and how we can change things.
Because all we're doing is asking for validation that we're okay, that we're going to make it through, and we need your help and we need to get forward.
We just got to start teaching people, start going around educating more people, I guess, doing that.
The key is education and giving them the opportunity to work.
The media back then there was quite a bit of media back then because, like, when I think about it, that's when I first found out, that's when intravenous drug users started getting infected with HIV. And that's when they started showing up at the hospitals and at these organizations, and they were getting overrun by IV users, and the media was picking up a lot on that. And now when you hear about people die from complicated disease or whatever, you think, well, what kind of disease was that? And they don't say.
I looked at my life and I was thinking, how did I get to where I am today when I wrote this particular presentation? And I thought, I had a whole bunch of help from a whole bunch of people. An AIDS service organization helped me to figure out how to deal with it, get the medications and so forth. They were my interpreters.
This past week I was trying to find some articles on World AIDS Day. I couldn't find nothing. I know maybe I found a little one about that mayor or whatever in Edmonton. He's the one that started up that organization.
When we were looking at remembering this event, the beginning of our storytelling, we decided that we would have witnesses, people we would ask to continue our tradition. Yes, we have things on audio, yes, we have things on video, and I'm sure Scott will be making a recording written, but we also want witnesses who will promise, give their word, that they will remember this event, and if they're ever called on, they'll stand up and say, yes, this event occurred, and this is what I remember